Assalamu alaikum students. Here we are going to start a new topic, that is moving water against gravity. What is gravity? Beta, you already know gravity, that gravity is a force of attraction which is pulling everything towards the center of the earth. So that force of attraction which is towards the center of earth is called gravity. So now we have to read how water move up in the xylem vessel. Okay, you already know that in case of plant, root is present inside the soil. Okay, so it is also having root hair cells, then xylem vessel is present, then from here water is also moving into the leaf of the plant. Okay, so water is moving up in the xylem vessel from soil to leaf. So it is moving against the concentration, against the gravity, sorry, it is moving against the gravity. So here in this topic we have to move the how water is moving against the gravity. So there are many hypotheses. Hypothesis is something which we suppose. So different scientists, they used to suppose different concepts that how water move up into the xylem vessel. So one of the concept is the root pressure concept. So what is this root pressure concept or theory? So in this they used to tell that, for example, here we have read that here water is moving and it is going to the other cells, and from other cells this water is reaching up to the, for example, here the xylem cells are present and water is reaching to the xylem cells. As I've told you in the previous video that water from soil, it enter into the root hair cell, from root hair cell to the next cell, then here water potential will increase, then it will move to the next, from here to xylem cells, and then it will move from xylem of the root to the xylem of stem. Okay, so scientists, they used to think that as water and minerals, they also move into the xylem vessels, so in those cells the concentration of salt increases and water potential decreases. So from the other cells of the root, water move into these xylem cells, due to which water move up. Okay, but this concept is not enough to fulfill this requirement of uptake of water to the plant. So what happened, through this root pressure into the xylem vessels, water can move to the few inches, but not so enough that it can reach to the trees of many meters height. Okay, so then scientists, they used to think about another concept that is called capillary action. Okay, so what is this capillary action? So according to this capillary action, maybe you have observed, sometime you have observed straw when you drink water or you take juice. So you have observed that in that straw, water is making a structure like this. It is moving up with the wall of that straw. Okay, so this is called meniscus. This type of structure is present, this type of arrangement of water is present, that it is moving up with the wall of the straw. Okay, so what scientists, they used to think that xylem vessel is acting just like a capillary or just like a straw. So water move up at the edges of this xylem, and in this way water is moving up. But again, this concept is not fulfilling the requirement of transpiration, or you can say the movement of water up, or you can say the ascent of sap. Okay, so this is again ascent of saps. What is sap? Ascent of sap. What is mean by ascent of sap? Ascent mean moving upward, sap mean water and minerals. So it is not fulfilling that criteria. Okay, the latest concept about the movement of water up into the xylem vessel is a concept which is called transpiration pull. Okay, so before transpiration pull, I will define what is transpiration. And you already know transpiration is the removal of water from the aerial parts of the plant. What is mean by aerial parts? Aerial parts mean the parts of the plant which are present in the air. So what are these parts? These parts are leaves. Okay, through leaves water is moving, through stem water is moving. So all those parts which are present in the air, they are called aerial part. So removal of water from the aerial parts of the plant is called transpiration. Okay, and you already, I have told you in the previous class, I have told you the difference between evaporation and transpiration. Evaporation is the removal of water from any water surface, for example river, pond, tub, glass, jug. From any water surfaces water evaporates, that is called evaporation. But when water evaporates from the surface of the leaf, it is called transpiration. Okay, and you already know on the surface of the leaf, you already know that cuticle is present. So here I will explain you this with the help of this diagram. So here you can see, okay, so here the whole diagram, it is a very good diagram to explain all these concepts. So what is happening, for example, this is the structure of leaf. So you already know cuticle is present, so the maximum water loss take place from the stomata. Even through cuticle some of the water lost take place, but that is called cuticular transpiration, but it is very less. But maximum water evaporates through the stomata. So what happens, you already know, water from the xylem vessels come out, it moists the surface of these mesophyll tissues, it come here into the intercellular spaces, and from these intercellular spaces this water evaporates outside. When in the air the amount of water less, inside more, so water will evaporate. And but remember one thing, that in plants more than 99% water or more than 98% water lost into the atmosphere by the process of transpiration. Just 1 to 2% water is utilized in the process of photosynthesis. So maximum water loss take place through the stomata. Okay, now what happens? Now I am going to give you the concept of transpiration pull. So remember one thing, bete. So what happens as water evaporates from the surface of the leaf? So a tension or a deficiency will be created, or this tension or deficiency is called a pull. Okay, so what happen as water evaporates from the surface of the leaf, a tension or a pull is created, and that due to that pull water will move from the xylem of the stem to the xylem of the leaf, then from xylem of the leaf to these cells and intercellular spaces, and then outside the stomata. Okay, so this tension, what is basically this tension? This basically tension is because hair cells are having water with more water potential. Here as water will evaporates in these cells, the amount of water will decrease, so here water potential will decrease. So water will move from higher water potential to less water potential. So all these things are associated to each other. So what is transpiration pull? Transpiration pull is when transpiration take place to the surface of the leaf, a pull or a suction force is developed, due to which water of the stem will move to the water of the leaf and it will move out. As water from this stem, water stem mean xylem of the stem. So when water of the xylem of the stem will go into the leaf, so here a deficiency or pull will be shifted here. So it will take water from the lower xylem cells, and lower xylem cells, they will take water from further cells which are lower than them, and ultimately they will take water from the xylem of the root. And when there will be deficiency in the xylem of the root, it will take water from the root hair, and root hair will take water from the soil. So what happened due to transpiration? A continuous pull is created from leaf to root. This pull is called transpiration pull, and this is the most acceptable theory of transpiration, due to which plants they are getting water and minerals. Okay, is it clear? If there is any confusion, you can ask. Okay, so what is the benefit of this transpiration pull? The benefit is, number one, plants they are getting water and minerals. As this water will move up, so it will take water and mineral, both things will move up. So plant leaf, it is getting water and mineral by this transpiration. Secondly, in the summer season, when more heat outside the environment, so what happens, plants they releases water from inside of the leaf. And you know one thing, whenever water evaporates from any surface, it causes cooling effect. Okay, due to which plant release their heat into the summer season, and they prevent themselves from the hot weather. Okay, is it clear to all of you? So these are the benefits which plants they are getting by the process of transpiration. Okay bete, read this topic carefully. If there is any confusion, so you can ask. Okay, thank you bete. Allah Hafiz.